Hey everybody, welcome to our Mommies in the Metaverse meetup. I'm here with Mokaso and Shiva Leela. Today we're just going to talk a little bit about just our lives as a mom and balancing building in Web3 and also our home lives and then also some of our goals for the new year. So go ahead and get started. I think we're going to meet with Shiva out back. So take a little walk through my house, one of my houses.
One of them, she got all kind of meta houses.
Actually, let's go check out my room real quick so I can show you guys my NFTs that I put on the wall.
Ooh.
We have my Women from Venus over here, and then my wins from game night and some other stuff that we did all together. So that is those. This is just a little house I built. This is a little cozy house. I wanted to give it like if I was really meeting up with my mom friends. So I'm built a little vibe for a house.
I'm not gonna lie, I already took a selfie in your mirror in your closet, just like I would in other people's big mirrors as well. And I was like, okay, this is such a cute metaverse selfie. So I can't wait to share.
Thank you. And then here we have the dolphin art. Some of the houses I got from dolphin art. Got them on the wall too. A little walk over here. This is just my kids' room that I set up for.
I love all the wall things. Right. Look at the map.
Thank you. And then out back we have let me show you guys the coolest thing. Hold on, I gotta turn to the side. Over here on the left, I wish I remembered where I got this from, but it was the perfect backdrop for our meeting today. It's a mommy statue with her little baby. I thought was so cool.
I was over here like, at first I was like, did you add that statue over there? But I was looking and I'm like, no, that's an actual statue. And this is like a place. Yeah. And I mean, this is a beautiful skybox. We're going to have to go do some digging. I mean, it's all right there in our messages, so I know we could find it. But, yes, so cool.
All right. And then this is just the backyard. We got a little play yard over there and some seats. Where do you guys want to sit to have our combo? I think, I didn't read that holiday. So we have the fire pit and we have the tent here. So wherever you guys want to sit.
Doesn't matter to me. Wherever you guys like, wherever there's a nice view. Come on down, so beautiful.
Let's do it here so we can get the mommy statue in the back.
Okay, back. Awesome.
Oh, is she? Oh, there she is. Okay, sorry, I had my camera turned around. Alrighty, so first up, we're just going to do some little intros, so we'll go around the circle and we'll say your name, the ages of your kids, and something positive, something good that you do as a mommy, something you feel good about that you do as a mom. So I guess I'll start. I'm Tiny. My kids are, my son is 3, almost 4. My daughter just turned 2, and my son is 7 weeks. My other son is 7 weeks. And something I do good as a mommy, I think, like listening to my kids. I feel like a lot of people be like on their phones and ignoring their kids. I don't know if that's just me, but I feel like when I go to like the play areas and stuff, or I see other parents, that's like what they be doing. But I really do be listening to my kids. That's why I'm so exhausted at the end of the day, because I'm just like all day I've been listening and talking to these kids. So I think that's one of my positive traits, I think.
I love that. I guess I'll keep it going around. I know my mic is already off while she was getting situated. I'm Mo. I have one 4-year-old, and he's 4. And I think one thing I do well is I also listen to him and talk to him. I think that was a great thing you said there, Tiny. I've been seeing a lot of moms do like gentle parenting, like on social media. And I think I do more like realistic parenting. When I was pregnant, my husband said before, like, we're raising our kids to be adults, but they're only going to be kids for like 18 years, and then they're going to be adults the rest of their lives. So I really, feel like I do my best at preparing my son to be the best person. Like, no matter how old he is, just like smart and instilling like a lot of those lessons that will help him be able to, like, make decisions on his own and kind of apply a lot of things that I liked and, want to do better as well, and not afraid to like have that conversation and break those kind of generational things that we have to break, in a sense.
And Miss Sheba, are you ready?
Can you hear me correctly? Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings.
Yes, so my name is Sheba Leela, and I am a mommy of a 5-year-old. Right now she's playing her guitar in the back, so please forgive me. But I think that I do a few things that I'm quite proud of myself of, but I teach my little one to really be herself, her authentic self in all types of environments. Mainly because I understand the demographics and the dynamics on how the world works. And so I teach her to be herself as well as being a young woman. So that's why I take her to dance class to teach her etiquette and things of that nature. So I feel like it's important for me to teach her to be a young woman, but not so constrained when it comes to teaching her about life, because I would like for her to learn the world differently than I did, and understand that there is duality and that not everything is peaches and cream, but I'll show you how to handle it the right way. And I know it's tough for young black women these days, so I advocate for a lot of those types of things outside of being a mommy, but I'm a little more gentler with her because she's young and it's fine. So I am just showing by example.
Yes, I love that too. I like how you guys are talking about like the gentle parenting and realistic. I think because I try to do like the gentle thing, but like it just it's not for every situation. Sometimes you got to be realistic, and I think I've been trying to implement that more with my son because he's almost 4, and he's a little bit wild. So I've been trying to like tame him down a little bit, but not so much where he's like, like why can't I be a kid?
Yeah, it's a hard line, right? Because I mean, it's like, think about it. Like I always put myself, like, because I think a lot of us have taken that homeschool approach, which I think is also really cool, especially like with daycare and really being like hands-on, and raising our little ones up until this point with the ones that are sitting here at the fire pit, and all the other mommies, feel free to venture here to the back and join the convo. But I always think about what would another teacher kind of say about my kid? Like, would they be calling me trying to tell me my kid is over here wilding out? Would they be sending him to the principal's office? And that's what I be telling my son, like, you're doing this with mommy, but if you step out here, you can't do that out here, because we live in a different age where it could be deemed aggressive or be deemed this or be deemed that. And you think mommy's lessons are hard, but the world is harder, especially like you said, Tiny, you got a young black boy. Like, the world is only going to see you as cute and cuddly for so long, before that flips as soon as it's convenient. So it's definitely that balance, like you said, though, to still give that love and show them that the world is still beautiful, though, and we have that power of kind of making it as beautiful as we want. In a sense.
Yes, I love that. We had, who was that, Queen, and I think one other person hopped in too, Ether. Ether, if you want to join us in the backyard, we're back here at the fire pit. And then Queen, do you want to introduce yourself? So your name, the ages of your kids, and something you do well as a mom. Something you think you do well.
Okay, hi everybody. I'm gonna talk from I don't know which profile is this one. I'm Queen Divine. I have three children, so a 12-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 4-year-old. Um, what was your other questions? What do I do well as a mom?
Yes.
Yep, something you think you do well as a mom. Something you're proud of.
Okay. I guess I'm proud of exposing them to NFTs and the Metaverse, and just just the futuristic concepts that they're gonna need to be successful in the world.
That's crucial. That's what we all doing it for, right? Shoot, if it wasn't for them, you want to see me over here playing with these games?
I used to be really good at being an octo mom, just doing everything, but I cut off some of those arms. I'm just trying to delegate now.
I think the other person left. Okay, so I think we can play our icebreaker game now. If you guys want to come over here on the other side of the pool, over here, I guess it'll be easier to play over here. So let's go over here. I can bring y'all to me. Alrighty, so let's see. We're gonna do like a pick a side game, basically. So, if you have, if you're option 1, you can go over here to the playground side, and if you're option 2, go over here by the soccer net over here. So the first one I had is, are you a working parent or a full-time stay-at-home parent? So the left side, working parents, right side, full-time parents.
I think I might have to go in the middle.
Right.
So if you guys don't mind me asking, what do you do for your work? Anybody wants to start that?
So I'm a tutor that cares. I'm a teacher, so I work during the day at school. So sometimes I go into the school like Monday through Wednesday, but other than that, I tutor from home. So
That is so cool.
Yes, so this is Shiva. I work from home, and before joining the Raw and becoming the CMO of the Raw, I was a part of another DAO. I also work at a few of the communities, charity funding organizations throughout my community. I perform and dance throughout my community, and they're a nonprofit organization. And like we'll be performing for a convalescent home for New Year's, and we give back and perform. And outside of that, I also perform for private parties. And I'm a teacher. I'm a tutor, so I'm a certified English tutor. I'm also a certified doula. And Tiny, I'm so happy I was able to assist Tiny on her birth of her little one. That was so cool. So we had to do that virtually. I have a virtual space for that, and I do a lot of things. I'm here. But my main focus is my little one. Like, I try to balance my day. Like right now, I'm preparing myself to film because I like to film, get those things out the way, and then give her her time. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it. Tons of other things. If you want to ask me questions, you can, but that's just what I can think of right now. Right now I'm sewing, so I'm trying to be careful.
So it sounds like you do pretty much everything, so.
Right. And that's like the mom life, right? And I guess I can answer as well. Yeah, I kind of do a lot as well. Mainly, we get our income from crypto investing. My husband is the sole provider. You guys know he's like a genius and so far ahead. And me myself, I really dedicate my time to homeschooling my son mostly. So most of my day we are doing some kind of odd activity. We love like the Montessori lifestyle. So like I said, I try to keep things very realistic, but make a lesson out of everything, just like I do in general. And so my son gets that all day, every day. So a majority of my morning is just dedicated to him and making sure that he has a structure, so that he values, structure. And kind of today it was funny, I'm showing him like, you can look up smart things on YouTube, like what do you want to learn about, and let's type learn about something on YouTube. And those small little lessons that are going to go a long way though, and help him, like even Queen said, teaching them about how to even use this technology that they're going to be using anyways. So chasing around him. I also make art, NFTs, fashion as well. Big into like showing others how they can as well. So I was big into consultations. 2023, I definitely want to get back into selling it. That has always been kind of my hurdle. I love giving it, but I'm honestly not the best salesperson at it. And so I've tried a lot of different ways to actually be able to do that, so that I can continue to be able to pour into other things, right? Because at the end of the day, it has to make sense for our little ones. So that's what I'm all about, just finding ways to actually use these gifts to build generational wealth and educate my son along the way.
That is amazing. Yeah, I think who were talking about the YouTube for learning. Yeah, I remember me and you talked about that before, Mo. How like before I had my kids, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna let them on the screens and like all the all the Montessori things that they say. But I was like, it would be a disservice if I didn't let my son, use technology and do what he needs to do. He just learned how to search too, so he uses the little search bar and he searches piano or whatever he's trying to get into. So it's cute. It's cute because he's like, mommy search.
Mm-hmm.
Like, good search.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's those things, right? Because it takes you walking in and being like, "Wait, what are you looking at? How did you get here?" And because maybe they don't know that you can search, right? They don't know. So when you actually show them and start like, I love when you can give your kids ideas, and then they run with it like it's their ideas, and it's like, yes, keep running with that.
Seriously. Yeah, he amazes me every single day. He's been playing like games and all kinds of stuff, and he's so good at them. So I'm like, yeah, I would definitely be doing him a disservice if I didn't let him have that screen time and use these different technologies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see Queen says she teach them how to use the tools like the voice text, Hey Siri, set timers, and more. Definitely, we're working on Bluetooth connecting the headphones because. Necessary.
My son, when he was one, made me go get my master's in teaching technology because of what he was able to do before he was one. That's funny.
I love that because those are some of those things too, right? Like what happens when your kid starts getting really really smart and having these questions, and it's like we got to know how to teach them that.
Yeah, that's always been my biggest fear too, like not knowing, because my mom was smart, but how you've ever had like a friend that had like a dumb parrot, and they would go like for help with their homework, and it's just like they're just like
you're so funny.
I never was. That's like a fear of mine to be that parent that can't help with the homework. So I have to make sure I'm on top of my stuff.
No, on that. So just to give some parents, some leeway, they changed a lot of stuff like
that is true too.
Yeah, I don't even understand their math anymore. That one new kind of math that they got,
Yeah.
I don't even get it. I'm like, it doesn't make sense. I feel like when our parents was like when calculators and different stuff like that started coming
Right.
out.
I was fortunate to start my teaching and tutoring career right when they ushered in that major change of, oh no, we don't care about the answer. We want to know how you got to the answer. So
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. It's really different with you just like showing the work and all the different ways. But it's cool, like you said, Queen, that you at least know that, right? Because like you said, your kids are all in different ages and learning that kind of stuff, which I think is also cool because you're kind of learning with each one and passing that down to the next. So, I think that's also the cool thing about motherhood is we get to grow along with our kids, and like you said, they even push you, to go further because they're growing, and you gotta be prepared for that.
and I've really started going hard with like just learning Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So I kind of like from me learning it, I wanted to make it so my kids can know because my daughter when we were on COVID, like everybody was on lockdown. She was in the 5th grade, and I had just started like my journey on Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, NFTs. I probably was like 2 months in, and somehow she had read an article. Her school's computer, whatever their program was, had a lesson about Bitcoin, and of course, nobody at that school knew nothing about it. So it's like the fact that curriculums are exposing our children to this and we don't even know, or like it's not enough people in there, like it's nobody at her school other than me who she could have went to and had a conversation or a debrief about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, or NFTs. And I want to change that, so I made a NFT curriculum guide. It's for all ages, but it was for children in mind. Right now I'm doing a Metaverse one as well. But yes.
Ooh, that sounds awesome. Well, we're happy to have you here. We're all about moms coming together and us doing this and getting those resources to educate and prepare the kids because, they the ones that really need it more than us because they the ones that, the powers that be, I guess you would say in a general context, is looking at them at the next workforce, right? And we want to have our kids picking up where we're leaving off, and that's in a great position with knowledge and these tools. So that's awesome. I can't wait to check out your curriculums and all the other things NFTs you said you have.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So let's see. So our next question, I think we might have already answered it, but so we're going to go to the left side if you homeschool your children, or right side if they're in traditional schools. Where are we at? Left side, right side. Nice. Yeah, well, technically my son's only 4, so we're not technically in school yet, but I do at home. We have our, our posters and our word, our little school setup. So I would consider that homeschooling, I guess, for now. It's not, I guess I'm not official, but
Hey, pre-K matters. So, you're doing pre-K at home, and that makes a difference.
So I left one avatar in the middle and I moved to the side. So this year my children have returned back into school, and so I guess like some background. My children have always gone to the school that I have been at. So I was a teacher for 10 years. And so they have always been, at the school with me. I was a full-time teacher, so they were in school with me, but due to my decisions, I had to leave. So when I left, I brought them with me. So we were supposed to be doing homeschool, but they really missed interaction with their classmates or just, being in an official in-school setting. So We allow them to go back. We tell them anytime, that they're just not feeling it to tell us so we can, go back to that. But yeah, I think they really enjoy this school. So I'm like, okay, it's giving me time to do my curriculum guide. Let me get it out the way.
That's so funny, Queen.
Yeah, that's one thing. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say that my 4-year-old wants to go to school because he likes school buses. He watches YouTube and they're in school, so he's always talking about going to school and being able to ride the school bus to school. And I think it's that social interaction as well. We'll go outside and any kid that goes by, he's just like, hi. And we did some kind of like cohort before where he liked, the kids. But I think because it was like cultural based, there was still a disconnect. So I think we're going to try a charter school just to kind of like test it for kindergarten. And then kind of keep doing our thing as well. So would you say that you still have like your own curriculum that you hold them to in addition to the like regular school, or are you like, always checking what they're doing in school? And
so I came from a line of educators. So my mom, grandma, everybody keep a workbook on the side, so we've always done work outside of it or practice. And so I can't say that me doing things at home has helped them prepare and be successful in school. It's like I just assess, what they're doing. I just assess them from time to time and just see what I need to do to make sure that when they see it in school. But when you said that he want to go to school because of the school bus, like it's so many times that so many people inside the school system discourage children from even wanting to go to school. Let's start with that. Mm-hmm. And so the fact that children, like, we all know what this school system going into and lead to, but the fact that you just have a genuine joy and that you want to go here, like, I don't want to be the person who's like, okay, no,
right?
I don't learn anything there, you don't want to take that away. So I completely understand about the school bus,
Yeah.
But I think it's just the things we do, at home to just prepare them for what they're about to deal with there.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too, but where my son, he, like on the little, like the Cocoa Melon and stuff, how they be going to school. So every morning he's like, oh, we're going to school. We're not going to school. He puts his little book bag on like he's going somewhere. I'm like, sorry, baby. We just gonna go to the living room.
Hey, we do that too, though. Hey, we going to school. Hey, that's where all the books are. So it'd be like, hey, go get your book bag with your pencil pouch and your colored pencils in there. We gotta make it fun at home too.
Yeah, that's why I try to like kind of like mimic it, but not because I feel like at least my daughter. I don't know about my son because he's more like antisocial, but my daughter is like super social. So I feel like that's something I feel like I don't really want to take that away from her, having the not having classmates. But out where I'm living actually, because I moved out to the backwoods out in South Carolina, so there's a lot of people who homeschool here. So I think I'll actually be able to have like that support and like how they have the homeschool groups or whatever where the homeschool kids meet. So I think we might actually be able to make it work, because I'm always getting like that little backlash from my family, like, oh, what do you mean you're not homeschool? Like that's what I want to do, so that's what we're gonna do until the kids tell me that it's not working for them. So
my antisocial son is the one who loves school.
That's
he hates people. He hates people. I'm like,
He likes seeing all the people and being like, this is why I hate people. I get the feeling. Good stuff, kids, man.
So let's see, everybody went, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or did
Oh yeah, Shiva, did you want to add about homeschooling there? Because I know you definitely like got some gems about that homeschooling in Arizona.
Yes, right now I am just doing the basics with Janava, and she just turned 5, so she kind of her birthday is a little funny because she could have been able to start the curriculum here they have in Arizona where they give you all of the technology, like they give you a computer for your little one, and they do give you a curriculum, and they do have like social meetups. So it's a whole big thing out here. They have 3 categories. I guess they call it public school. Then you got the home school, and then you got private school. So they acknowledge all of them now in Arizona indefinitely. So then they provide families with everything that they need. And so it's weird because her birthday. So until the end of 2023, she'll be able to use that curriculum. But for now, I'm just preparing her with what I want her to learn.
Interesting. Oh yeah, because she just turned 5. That's right. So she's not even in official kindergarten too. That's right. So next year is gonna be big years for I think all of our little ones. All of them will be 5 next year and going to school. Ooh.
Yeah, super excited.
It is.
Let's see. I know there's some people that join, but I don't know if they are. If anybody wants to join, we're having a mommy meetup in the backyard near the playground. Pat and Tape Young, they're out back by the pool. If you want to join us. So our next icebreaker thing, we are on the left side if you want more kids, or on the right side if you are happy with where you are. I see you jumping, Mo. What's that mean?
I want more kids. What was that? Air be having me over here with baby fever. Every time you be over here like sending a picture, I just be like, look at his rolls. You should have seen me over there looking at his toes. I'm like, he has the Tarzan toes and the cute little roll on his pants and his arms and even his face. I'm so cheesy. Whenever you send pictures, I like hold it to watch the live. Like I enjoy it too much. But yeah, I'm ready to have another baby. I've been thinking about 2023 because we kind of really wanted to strategize it with having our son being older and then coming back and then continuing. So now that I think he's at a nice age where he'll be a good big brother, and so like Shiva said, she's a doula, so I definitely have been also like in a mindset of when I get pregnant again, I want to have a doula and like prepare my body and do it the right way. So I've been making a lot of things like that's not going to be going into 2023, so I could just keep preparing my body and my womb, and hopefully, God willing, I get some more babies soon. I don't know, and that's it.
Nice. And I feel like this is the wrong time to ask me because I definitely do not want any more. I actually just signed the paper today when I went to the doctor for getting my tubes tied. So yeah, we over here. I had them back to back to back, and I'm done.
So as y'all can see, I'm in 2 different places. This is tricky for me. So, you always get baby fever when you see other people's stuff. I thought I was done, right? But however, I had like a mishap, so I, had to take care of it. But now I realize, how much I'm like maybe one more,
Right?
maybe, just maybe. I don't know. If it's supposed to happen,
Hey,
then yes.
I feel that. One of those, let the universe tell it to you. And enjoy the process until then.
And Miss Shiva.
Yeah, every time I visit my mom, she talking about some, one of my sister's nieces is pregnant. I'm just looking at her like, First of all, which auntie and niece? Because all my cousins is in their 40s. So she's throwing hints to me, and I'm like, oh. But what my mom says is always usually true. She's a Libra, and I be listening to her like in my adult years. I realize she's always right. So I am definitely want more, keeping my eye out, and definitely staying healthy and fit. One of my key tips would be just staying super fit, and so that's kind of how Janava came, because I was taking spirulina shots, ginger shots. I was working at a juice bar, and so all of those things just really just helped. Sea moss, it was like an overload, and so yeah, she's like a sea moss baby. But yeah, my mom's thing is for sure. Yeah, spirulina, and I think I was mixing it with wheatgrass. So I had those as shots every morning. And so I rave about those two things. My secret.
I'm gonna need that recipe. You know, how we cook that up.
Oops, sorry, y'all. I was walking back to my house. I had to come out to the porch because my kids are being crazy. So let's see. What was our next thing? So left side if you are with their other parent, or right side if you are separated from their other parent. Yes, I'm like in the middle, but we'll go over here. That's it. That's in the middle, Queen. In the I should be in the middle too.
Like, I don't know why it got me doing donuts on one. It's just like, girl. I'm with my last two children's dad, not my first one.
Yeah, same. So my first son, that's 4. I'm not with his dad, but my daughter's dad has been here since he was like 3 months. So I kind of just count that as his dad.
And I think it's so cute that he counts it as his too. So he always gets those extra brownie points in my book.
Thank you. He'll be happy to hear that.
Yeah, we got a little mixed family. Love my mixed family.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
And what? And we know Mo is with Mr. X.
Oh yeah, we hit the world cross country, and it was crazy because I had a nice little job at Enterprise, and he's like my high school sweetheart, knucklehead. We have a whole like long saga thing, but one day we were just like getting back together, hooking up, and went cross country. And it was funny because I told my job Enterprise, like, oh, I think I'm pregnant. I'm about to go with my baby daddy, and we're about to go, and then I'm going to come back, though, so y'all hold up. But then we left, and we found out we were pregnant, and we're like, let's just figure out where this takes us then. We already knew this is what God ordained, and kind of just been rocking out since. Zach is the OG, because he's been rocking out the whole time, too.
Yeah, I love y'all's little story. Let's see, what was the next one? So I think we kind of already did this, but boys or girls, so I'll be in the middle. No, Mo.
Boy.
It's just Zach.
Boy, Mom. I definitely want a girl, though.
The girl one. I'm
ready for a girl. It's the little baby girls on Instagram that be getting me. I just follow one baby girl named Shalonda, and I'm like, Shalonda be killing me.
Look, I think I'm good with the girls, because that cuteness turned into sass.
Oh.
Like, look. So
my daughter is 1. Well, she just turned 2. Like, I be forgetting that she's fresh off of 1, but she literally has such a big personality and such an attitude. I'm like, yo, I'm not even ready, because she's only 1. So what is this gonna be like when she's like 5, 8?
I can't even
13?
comprehend teenage years.
Ooh.
I have a 12 and a 4, and the 4-year-old is the boss. That's the boss. She runs it. But my son, he's the antisocial one. So
he just go whatever y'all go with.
Yeah, it's so weird because my oldest son is like the antisocial, and my daughter's like super social butterfly, and I'm like, I wonder what the baby's gonna be like, because he's only 8 weeks, so I wonder. So far, he's like real chill. He just likes to chill out. So we'll see how that turns out.
That's always a win.
But my other two, my son was super calm when he was a baby, like, and so was my daughter. So I think they're just like, oh, we're just gonna chill out for about a year, and then we're gonna give it to you full force. Let's see. Oh, last question, and then we just have some discussion questions. So the last one, left side if you feel supported as a mom, and right side if you feel like you're not really supported as a mom. Ooh, yay for us. So happy. Oh, you're in the middle. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right there in the middle with Queen too.
Right? Anybody wanna talk about it?
So it's so funny we brought this up because the other day I was like trying to analyze my support system, and then my freaking back started hurting. So it's like, the people who we might want to support us, like our parents and stuff, like every decision I made, like they almost disown me because I don't get my kids shot, and I lost my job because I wouldn't get shot. So it's like, it's just different things that I might want to do different with motherhood that, other people don't see it. So of course, it's hard for you to support it. Now, I'm in the middle because if it depends on how I look at the support. Like, of course, my parents might not support me not getting my kids shots, but y'all always get school clothes. Y'all always got shoes. You always. I can count on you, and that's what I need. So, I guess it's your perspective. But if I had to go back and look, yes, I am supported. Let me stop lying to myself and go over here with y'all.
No, but I feel you, Queen. That's why I kind of was in the middle as well, because that was like I said, I moved across the country and everything, but I was surprised at how my friends started acting first, when they found out I was pregnant, and then especially when we said we're going to get married, and it was like, well, if you're happy, then we're happy. And I'm like, I mean, y'all know I've been with this man forever. We across the country having a baby, and we had got married after all of that. So you just start to, meet new people. So, all of us are here. So I definitely feel that support. But even like you said, your own parents. I used to talk to my mom every day. I haven't talked to my mom since Thanksgiving, and before that it was probably like another holiday. And it's because of those same general things. They want to stay in the world, and I'm big on putting in that work to break a lot of these things that broke a lot of our generations before that. And I want to show my son those that are putting in that work as well. So if you're continuing to, kind of stay where you're at, and even let that continue to pour into, my siblings and so on and so forth, I'm not okay with that, honestly. And, sometimes it requires tough love and, kind of showing like, hey, you got choices, I got choices, we all got choices. But just finding those that see what you see, that understand what we're building for our kids, and that you want to do that too. So luckily I got a husband that gets it, so we're in this like full time, all of us, even the little one is in here, and then we meet other people like you guys. So it's just people that you grew up with. It's just like, oh, so sad, too bad.
Yeah, that's what I would say too. Because I'm pretty like antisocial, and I live like the only family member that I live near is like my mom, basically. So I would say definitely that I feel supported, because even if she doesn't agree with me, she's just like, okay, do whatever you want. I'm here either way. So that's why I think I'm lucky to have that. So regardless of who else or what else I have in my life, I know I at least have my mom, my boyfriend, and that's all we need. Did Rashid look up? I don't think she looked Okay. So we can move on to some of our little discussion questions. So the first one is, what is your favorite way to practice self-care as a parent? I feel like everybody here has like some nice self-care. So I need to get some tips from y'all.
It's so funny. I think my simplest form of self care be just taking a shower. When everybody starts getting on my nerves, I'm just like, let me go close the door, take a hot shower, like leave me alone for 15 minutes. Maybe I'll shave my legs. I got, my nice little oils that make me feel all divine, and kind of get my zen on. I'm also big in like writing. So, something that I do that's self-love is waking up early so that I have time to even kind of like pour into myself before my little one wakes up. Because when he wakes up, then I want to put him first so that he knows that I put him before I put like the metaverse. But before he wakes up, I gotta make sure I'm right first. So yeah, those are some of those ways I feel like I show self-love in like a simple form, just writing when I need to write, taking a shower.
Okay, so for me, like I thought I had an answer, but then like everything I said, I'm like, no, that's not self-care, or that's not self-love. So I don't like to take myself out on like spa days and stuff like that. I was gonna say like take a nap,
Right?
but that's like self-maintenance. Or like I am like a cannabis user, so that's like a whole. That's like a whole ritual, It's like a whole I'm like is relieving stress the same thing as self-care? But I would like to be more strategic in my self-care instead of like self-getaway. I think that's like an answer I'm going to give y'all.
I love that.
Yeah, for me, I guess my only thing I really do, like, I don't know, I make sure, like, in the morning I make myself a tea and I, like, sit out on my porch and I drink it. I don't know if that's, like, self-care, but that's my little ritual to make sure, like, I set my day off right.
Nice.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, Tiny. I try to get up early as well before the little one, but her sleep schedule has definitely been changing rapidly. So I make either tea or non-dairy coffee, and I put some tincture in that, put some CBD in it. I'll light some candles. I'll either go out back if it's not too cold. I'll turn on my grounding mat. Probably take a bath or a shower to open up my pores, and then sit on the mat and let those, because my mat is, electromagnetic with gemstones, black tourmaline, and jade. So it's infused with EMF protection. And it's important that I do that and do this every day, maybe twice a day before I start my day. I'm a cannabis user too, so I make sure I do that as well. Just so I can make sure that I'm functioning correctly, and I use it for my back. So I have these things that go on with my back. So it's self-care and all of those good things, because I'm about 6 feet tall, and I have to make sure that I am always stretching and always active, especially with a 5-year-old. There's no time for me to sit around and stiffen up. So that's why I do my fitness and dance, and I incorporate everything with that, and I advocate self-care and all of those things with it, because we tend to forget about our bodies, and our minds and bodies are connected. So we're stressing and we're not in a good place, our bodies will exude that, and it will deliver that, and it will come out in your pores, it will come out in your attitude, it will come out in your work, your everything. So I think it's important to do so, because when you see happy people, it's usually because they're happy, and that's how I see it. And I always say this, and it may seem a little taboo, but I say fake it until you make it, because a lot of times we're going through things silently, um, and we don't have a person to actually speak to physically about it. So as long as we can put a smile on our face and act as though we have, and act as though everything is okay, I feel like that's an awesome way to get by, because we have little ones watching us, and really there's no time to do any of that extra sidestepping and second guessing. So, that's why I'm always immersing myself. And I'm here, I'm a techie head, so trying to learn this game before the game is really the game for my little one. So I understand why we're all here. But yeah, self-care is the best care.
I'm so glad all y'all shared that, because like I'm just getting out of the night. Like, I used to pride myself of putting my kids before myself, or I gotta do it for them. Forgive me. It's not about me, it's about them. But like I can reflect and say, if I were to like be intentional, like even just the fact that y'all said like your tea or your coffee, just the fact of you doing that is you're doing something for yourself. And I had to think like really long and hard, like, Shell, we would have to get up and just do for you that you don't have to do, to just do for you. And maybe I might be a better mom if I did some more self-care. So I'm gonna ponder on that somewhere. I appreciate you all.
Yeah, I mean those naps, like you said, that's like self-care, but like you said, also like self-maintenance. But that's why I started mine, was sometimes it just be a shower, because that self-maintenance do be a part of that self-love and self-care. Because like you said, when you are putting your kids first, your body telling you what you need, and sometimes you need to listen and just enjoy that and fall into that. But it's definitely like you said, a heavy balance, because there's so much to do. Especially, I know you got 3 kids at 3 different ages that all need something, and so it's definitely a balance. And that's why I'm happy Tiny opened up this combo.
Thank you. Yeah, I think the newborn stage kind of like opened my eyes back up to that. The just being like having to take care of myself, because if I exclusively breastfeed. So the other day I like didn't eat nothing all day, and you could just tell like my body was just so great. Like I was dead. When I went to sleep, I felt like I passed out and went to sleep because I was so hungry. But I'm trying not to let that happen. That was the only time it's happened. So, but just reminding myself that like you have to take care of yourself, or you cannot take care of them. So, just the newborn stage gives me those little reminders. Like, yeah, you definitely have to take care of yourself and your body, or if you're not helping anybody.
Right. Yeah, Tiny. To mention breastfeeding, I breastfed up until Janelle was at least 4.5. So I actually just stopped breastfeeding. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand the concept of that, because it's not exclusive. After a certain age, they're eating food, but it's like a real study. And I really appreciated that journey. And so I had to take care of myself, because all those nutrients was coming from me to her, and I was realizing that certain things weren't the same, like my hair, my nails, and my teeth. And so definitely up in the self-care when you're giving nutrients to a baby is important for sure.
Yes, seriously. Anybody else have anything to add on I felt like that was a good little section there. Anybody else have any last little tips or they want to add on self-care?
No, I'm scared though, y'all, because I'm a cannabis user as well, and that's one of those things I said I might be leaving in 2022 as I try to prepare my mind, body, and soul for my next baby, because I did have a high-risk pregnancy, so I try to like eliminate any possibles. That's just my mindset. So finding ways to keep my chill, because I'm a very unbothered person until you bother me. And then I'm confrontational, and I'm not sorry about it until afterwards. And then I'm like, okay, because I'm just straightforward in general, but maybe I didn't have to say it as harsh. And so finding ways to keep that joy and peace, and not let people disturb that. It's something that I'm trying to like find that, or new ways to balance that on now. Even when like I start itching, like, okay, it's time to do something, I'm like, okay, well, let me see if I can find something else. Let me go clean up something or do something else before that, to kind of take that time. And so I'm kind of interested to see what that will be like in a sense as well.
So when I think of self-care, like I keep getting like a Venn diagram, because it's like, well, what's the difference between self-maintenance? Like, I know I have to do these things. I know I'm supposed to do my hair. I know I'm supposed to do certain things, but like, what differentiates ultimately, self-care from self-maintenance, or is it just all, one and the same? Because you're caring about yourself.
I feel like it's all the same, because when you said that, one of the simplest things I think about that I consider self-care is when I do something for myself for future me. Like when I started using my dishwasher, that was the best thing ever, and I've been telling everybody to just start using their dishwasher. And Tiny's laughing because every time she talk about having to wash her dishes and clean her kitchen, I'm like, girl, try out that dishwasher, okay? Now, I don't own my house, so I don't know. I just complain to my landlord if I got issues right now. But, those kind of things, definitely, right, delegating them duties. My 4-year-old, he know how to clean up now. I want to see that room clean. He can even start helping clean up the rest of the house now. And I know when I sit there and I tell myself, like, oh, let me just clean up this kitchen for like 20 minutes, and then I'm gonna appreciate myself. Like first thing in the morning, right? I have a love-hate relationship with doing the dishes right before I go to bed, because I just like to pass out too. But then I know in the morning I hate having to wake up and start my day by cleaning the kitchen or the kitchen being dirty. So to me, that's why kind of doing that self-maintenance and doing it the night before is also self-love, because now I get to wake up and enjoy my morning, and I did that for me so that I can enjoy that too.
Yeah, I was gonna say pretty much the same. Just I feel like the self-care, self-maintenance is kind of just like all in the same thing, because you just got to make sure you're taking care of yourself, because if you're not, then it's just bad for everybody. Because I'm like Mo, where I'm like, I'm cool, I'm chilling until I'm not. You know what I'm saying? So, and then nobody's happy. The whole house is just mad. So kind of have to like take those steps to make sure that you put yourself on the right track, so you can be I guess a role model, I can call it, in your house, just so you're not the one walking around with the bad energy. Because I definitely feel it. If I'm walking around with bad energy, everybody in here is walking around with bad energy.
Hi, Mo.
Hi, Janava. And also, Tiny, also to add on to that, now your kids see that, and now they start acting like that. And so now you can't even be mad when they start acting like that, wondering where they got that from, where it's like, that's how you act when you're stressed, and now that's how they act when they're stressed. And it's like, those moments where it's like we can grow and show them, like, even when you stress, you can still use that to learn.
Hi, Mo. How are you?
Hi, Janava. I'm good. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Awesome. Well, I'll tell Zach that you said hello. He's excited to talk to you again later today or next time. Oh yes, Queen, you'll have to bring the little ones in. We have a bunch of spaces here throughout Spatial that we actually created before we knew that they were like 18 and plus. So we have I actually built a school for kids, because like I said, that's kind of like one of the things we were doing on YouTube before, but we also have like a park. Tiny has a little dinosaur park, so sometimes we just let the little ones come in and run around with our avatars and their little dinosaur costumes with the dinosaur robots.
think she got booted. Hopefully she comes back. I'm gonna cut down the questions because the baby did wake up, so we're just gonna do one more question. So let's do, what are your goals for either your kids or your household or yourself for the next year? And I guess I'll start just in case my baby starts acting crazy. But talking about all the self-love, I feel like I wanna, I'm not really like a big resolution person, but I would like to do more self-care. Maybe like something that centers and grounds me, like maybe like a yoga. I don't know if yoga is the right thing, yoga, Pilates, or whatever the people do. But something like that, just where, so I can work on just centering and grounding myself a little bit more. And then for my kids, just kind of just like continuing what we're doing and just learning more. I got them some more posters and stuff for Christmas, so just working on our curriculum and keep getting smarter. They're doing great, so.
Yay, that's awesome. I was gonna say something about what you said, but I don't remember. Oh, meditation, yoga and Pilates, those be like workouts. So if you want to get like strong arms and strong legs, then that's yoga. And stretching also, or like I love watching like yoga if I want to get like a good stretch in. But you know, those are definitely one of those things that you do and be like, dang, this is kind of like a workout. But definitely enjoyable and one of those things that you grow. That's something that I've always wanted to do as well, Tiny, because I've always thought like being able to control your body that much and like lift yourself up and be so limber and like tumble and you know that whole shebang with like just controlling your body is so dope. Oh yeah, definitely get Zai. You know, he be hungry. I told you he got rolls and he do not be playing with Tiny about his milk. So I would say one of my goals for myself, with that self-care, like we said, we definitely all realize we need some more of that. Oh Queen, if you clap then you'll stop spitting. But with self-care, one of the things this year I really said I wanted to do was start kind of pouring back into my artistry. When I got into NFTs, you know, I got into it using my poetry and my photography and my fashion, because I also sew and like to make my own clothes. And so that was my focus, and then teaching others how to do it was my focus. And then it evolved into like founding this whole DAO and building out this mission this year. And I think, you know, this year we had an amazing year of a lot of proof of concepts, and now it can continue to kind of like build on top of that, and I have a chance to pour back into myself so that I can continue to network and join communities with others that are like-minded. Also, I want to start writing every day again. When I used to work, and not even just when I used to work, but I've always been a person that has like a composition notebook. Like I love a good composition notebook, because I'm always writing. I have like ideas about inventions and ideas and poems and thoughts and just all kind of things. And when it starts flowing, you know, it comes out very poetic, but when I try to think about it the second time, it doesn't come out the first. So I always try to make it a habit of like catching it when it's flowing. So I pulled out some of my old notebooks that I found in like 2023. I want to get a new notebook and kind of start writing in that every day and have some fun ways to do that. As far as my family, we want to start working out as a family. I think that would be cool, just to get some, like, you know, health is wealth, and I think that would just be really cool to be working out more. We used to do that a lot when my son was little. We all had we were weirdos, so we would dress up like as Spider-Man or like different characters or superheroes, and then all go outside in like our costumes and work out when the baby was younger. But now that he's older, I want to do like real workouts and like, you know, those same runs and all that stuff that we did when we were younger, but like actually fun. Yeah, Tiny, you gonna crack up when you see the pictures and Zach and his little locks. It is funny, but I've definitely been digging it out. And so yeah, those are my goals. Just getting back to those roots, you know, doing everything that we've been doing and then some. And I know Tiny is feeding the baby, so I'll kind of help narrate. Shiva, did you want to share next as well?
Oh, I see she said in the chat that her goal would be buying another home. Oh, go ahead. I thought she left.
So buying another home and traveling out of the country with my family, that is a goal of mine. Done a lot traveling on my own, but I think I'm ready to travel with family, and I think that's going to be different and awesome and fun because it's going to be different for Janava, and I want to travel out of the country domestically. Like there's so much out there to see.
Oh, I am with you on that, Shiva. I can't wait to see the world, man. Like, see another country. Oh, it's gonna be a day, man.
Well, this was so nice, guys. I think I think she said she got kicked out, but I'm so happy that she came through. We got to talk to her.
Awesome. Yes, I'm glad as well. I'll definitely share her Instagram so you guys know and invite her to the Discord, because I definitely have seen her around the space a few times, so it's awesome to be able to actually chat and build and have these mom spaces. Tiny. We and anybody listening, especially on Twitter, y'all on Twitter should definitely know Mommies in the Metaverse. Okay, this ain't the first one. So Tiny, again, I'm happy to see you back a little bit and having events a little bit, and Mommy's coming together in the Metaverse still, and I'm holding it down. Okay, break it down. That's how we do it. So yeah, excited. We all got really great goals, and we're all really great moms. So shout out to us. Our kids are definitely gonna be in a good position. So I'm happy we're each other's support system.
Yes, thank you guys so much for coming through. And I think we said we're gonna do this every third Monday. I'm gonna take over the women in Metaverse.
Yep.
But
Sounds
yes,
like a plan.
by that time my baby will be almost 3 months. So do a little check in with everybody.
Ooh, time is flying. Oh, I see Queen just made it
Right.
back. Perfect.
Oh, did I tell you? Oh, I did text you. He's in freaking 6 to 9 month pants, yo. He's 7 weeks old. I was like, what is going on right now?
Yeah. At least he got a little room in him. So you got like a month in those 6 to 9.
I give him about a week.
Oh, that is funny. Oh, Queen, welcome back. Tiny had just dropped her last question on us, which was just sharing some goals. Oh, I tried to catch her before she jumped out, but like I said, I'll send her a message then. But this was cool, guys. I know it even lasted a little longer than usual, but this was fun. I'm looking forward to next month.
Thank you to everybody that came through, everybody that's watching. I appreciate it.